If you focus 30 times a day, 3 sets a day of breathing in the nose for 4 seconds, out for 8, pursed lips like a whistle but no sound, and you do that every day for 6 months, you lower your blood pressure, heart rate, your blood sugar gets lowered, your panic can be quelled, your anxiety can be quelled, an adrenaline rush can be crushed back to calm.
You have this great checklist of the 10, I'm just gonna read it because it's the 10 steps, complete these 10 steps daily to begin learning the art of living mentally well. And we could do a whole series just on these, but let's go each of them, just give a couple sentences of how they've benefited you. The first one is therapy.
Therapy, all right? It took me 8 to 10 years of denial to finally be honest in therapy.
So the big takeaway from therapy, be honest in therapy.
Be honest in therapy. It will do you wonders. And today I call it The Art of Wellness, and we're coming out with a book with the whole 10 steps, and we're coming out with 5 other versions of other people's 10 steps to their arts of wellness.
All right.
And they're called different things, but we're gonna be able to combine all of these steps, and you're gonna be able to go on an app and choose whose steps you wanna follow. You can mix and match plans to build your own personal tool to better your brain health every day.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need this. I already started implementing these.
Nice.
Number 2 is medication.
Yeah. That's the only one that's not a common sense tool because it doesn't work for everybody.
True.
But it worked for me, and it's worked for me for 20 years, minus the time it tried to poison me. But we worked around that. We found a way to get back on medication that helped save my life. So I take medication with 100% accuracy every day without fail at the same time every day, no matter the time zone. Because if I put it on a calendar and I make it routine, it affects me more accurately and more appropriately to better my brain health every day than if I'm just sporadically taking it one day and not the next, 7 days and not for 7 days, or while binge drinking or something else. So I take it the right way, and it has the best effect.
And even when you said you were taking it, you sometimes weren't back in the day.
Right.
And so parents listening to this, make sure your kid is actually taking it. Number 3, exercise. I mean, every doctor I talk to, they go, yeah, and all these steps are good, but eat well and exercise too. It's so obvious, but we don't do it.
There's something to it. Look, I look at it like this. If we're physically capable of exercise and we're not exercising, we're making a huge mistake in our life's journey because 23 minutes of rigorous exercise with very little breaks equals 12 hours of better mood, better brain health. Guess what? If you do that twice a day,
24 hours.
24 hours of better mood.
Yeah.
I exercise, and when I was sick and in the physical pain for so long with the skin disease, I exercised 16 times a day in 13-minute increments. That's 3 hours of exercise a day, but 13-minute increments are realistic, totally achievable during the part of your day when you're not doing something.
Yeah.
I'm busy most days, most of the time of the day, but I take those 13 minutes and I get it anywhere I can, any way I can. I'm infamous for my airport workouts.
Yes.
People stare at me and take pictures, but that's their problem.
That is their problem. I love that. Sleep.
The most important by far.
This is your most important on the
Most
list.
important by far. It's all of our most importance.
Okay.
If we are not getting adequate sleep, we are physically and emotionally and mentally damaging our brains.
Wow.
We're losing brain cells. We're damaging our sleep function. Goes right hand in hand with breathing techniques. 88% of Americans don't breathe properly.
How am I supposed to be breathing?
Because when you're upset and aggressive and pissed off, you breathe shallow, short breaths that deplete oxygen from your brain and affect brain function. If you focus 30 times a day, 3 sets a day of breathing in the nose for 4 seconds, out for 8, pursed lips like a whistle but no sound, and you do that every day for 6 months, you lower your blood pressure, heart rate, your blood sugar gets lowered, your panic can be quelled, your anxiety can be quelled, an adrenaline rush can be crushed back to calm.
If you like psychology and learning about mental health and want to learn more while meeting other people who are interested, explore your membership options using the link below this video or visit medcircle.com.
If you have low blood pressure, it's not for you. is dangerous.
No excuses.
No
We
excuses.
can all do. I just did it.
We can
So
all do
we
it.
can all
4
do it.
8 every day, 30 times a day, 3 times. It'll help change your life.
Love it. You talked about food in the previous video, but that's obviously on your list.
Yeah.
Healthy diets better, low inflammation foods. Number 6, it's probably my favorite one, which is education. This is this is our whole purpose at MedCircle. Education. But what does it mean when it comes to our mental health education?
My Uncle Kevin, on my dad's side, every day he'd come to every psych ward without fail until he died of pancreatic cancer. He missed the last psych ward stay. Every other psych ward stay, he was there without fail. Nobody else was. Uncle Kevin would bring me 3 things: cup of soup, conversation, and comic books. And then he would bring me a separate thing every other session, a book on bipolar disorder. How to fight it, defeat it, beat it, one day at a time. How to use every tool in the handbook to better brain health. He would bring me every book on the subject, every magazine, every article, and I devoured it.
Number 7, probably a little tough for me, refrain from using alcohol.
Refrain from using alcohol. The next step is refrain from using drugs.
Yeah.
My birth parents died of alcohol and drugs, so I will never touch it. I binge drank until blackout at least 5 times that I can remember while on psychotropic medication, which could have really damaged me.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky that it didn't do more damage than it had. And if you find a way through substance use to find recovery from it, live in it, and stay in it, my recommendation is refrain from all drugs and alcohol, because it can't tempt you to go down that path again. And if I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not the hardest thing you're ever going to do when you are addicted, but you can get to a better place. You don't have to end up like my birth parents did.
That's right. And it goes right into number 9. Number 8 was refrain from using recreational drugs. Number 9 is coping.
Yeah.
So many people don't even know they use food, television, relationships,
Yes.
drugs, alcohol to cope. So
cope.
explain, what's your big takeaway from coping?
You can choose negative coping mechanisms that damage your brain or positive coping mechanisms that heal it. It's your choice. It's a hard choice to make. Like, that's why I don't eat Cheez-Its every day, because I used to, and I was near diabetic, right? Here I am in the best shape of my life at 36 years old, in the shape I was in when I was a high school wrestler, because I worked tirelessly for my brain, mind, behavioral, spiritual, and mental health every day. And I fight the suicidal thoughts every day, and I win every day.
Yes.
I win every day because of all these 10 steps that I do without fail each day. And I don't gripe about them, I don't cry about them, I get it done for my health, and I preach about it because I want other people to do the same.
Yeah, I get it. The last one was the one that I go, what? I didn't think this would be on the list. The binder.
The binder.
Give me the 30-second, what's the binder?
The binder was a binder. What's a binder? The kids at home are like, what is a binder, sir? I only know binders in my phone.
Yeah,
or folders
right.
in my
What
phone.
app is that?
What app is that? There's probably an app for that. It was a physical binder that I made for certain family members to opt in to my brain health. I got the release form signed by my doctors, all of them, every kind of doctor you can imagine, so that my family could be a part of my wellness, so that my particular friends could be a part of my journey to hope and healing and recovery, and so that when I was unwell and I wasn't self-aware, they could say, hey, that symptom's in the binder, we better get Kevin on track. And so every sign, symptom, trigger, every time the bad relationships I had, the friends that were negative in my life, their names were in the binder. Every doctor's name, information, phone number, email, and address was in the binder. And my doctors all had, I coordinated them all together because you can't expect them to do it.
No.
There's no healthcare coverage in the world that has them talking to each other. So you got to go to your dentist, your psychiatrist, your primary, your psychologist, your psychopharmacologist, or whoever you're working with. Your Reiki coach, I don't care, whoever you believe in is helping you mentally, go to them and say, if I'm in a bad place mentally, here's who you call. And then you create personal protectors so that you don't have to rely just on yourself, especially when you're mentally unwell and you can't.
Yes.
And you can't even function.
I love that.
Let alone ask for help.
Yeah,
So
it's
when
great.
they see me falling, they grab me, my personal protectors. They say, we got you. Let's go to the hospital. Let's go to the doctor. Let's get a checkup. Let's go to therapy. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. I love that. All right, just some questions. Did you ever meet The Rock? He's like a huge fan of The Rock. So you haven't met him yet?
20 years. Of
How has this
20 years
not
of trying to
happened?
reach that guy. And I'm sorry, but I love what he does for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. But
could we get a Kevin a wish?
Rock, I'm not terminally ill, and I get it, and that's it's a wonderful thing you're doing for so many kids. But I've been trying to reach you for 20 years, man.
Yeah.
And you saved my life. You know, when I was first suicidal and self-harming, I read that book. The Rock Says, a New York Times bestseller. Right? Thank you very much. He did a great job on that one. And in the book, he was the first celebrity I ever read about that talked openly about their bouts with depression and how they would overcome it.
Yeah.
And he had a similar situation. He broke his back in football. I didn't break my back in football, but I broke my back. And he recovered. He had a rough life as a kid in really severe poverty for some time. Parents evicted regularly, things like that. And he overcame all of that with faith and the human condition that he had the will to find a way to hope and well-being and to a bright future.
Oh.
And that inspired the hell out of me because I would look at this man who they called the people's champ, who was this rock. He was built, he was strong, he was tough, and nothing ever crushed him, and he always won because he willed it to be so. Even when he lost, he won. Mm-hmm. You know, and then he goes and he says, I'm gonna go be an actor. And CAA looked at him and they laughed him out the door. They laughed him out the door because they thought, you're a wrestler, dude, get out of here. But then William Morris and Deborah was like, oh, we see your vision and we got you. And then he became the single most bankable actor in the world ever. 2017, $13.3 billion in the box office.
Wow.
All because Will finds a way.
Yeah.
Dude's my hero. If I never get to meet him, he'll always be my hero. If I get to meet him, it'll be the
it's going to happen.
It'll be the best day of my life besides the day I married my wife and found that sea lion at the bridge.
It's going to happen.
Your lips to God's
I wish
ears.
right now
Your
I was
lips
like,
to God's
and now
ears.
The Rock is here. But that's not happening.
It's all good.
Or is it? No, it's just really not. Okay, so you never met The Rock. That sucks.
No.
But one day I'll meet The Rock.
I will someday.
Do you believe in heaven? What do you think heaven looks like?
I think heaven looks like each individual who gets there wants it to.
So what does your heaven look like?
My heaven is a man cave filled with Marvel Comics regalia all over the walls. It's just one room. It's got a big plasma screen TV that's playing healthy videos of some kind. And Jesus is in the left-hand corner of the room sitting next to my great-grandmother. And they're having a chat about her strawberry rhubarb, and then when I get there, she hands me a plate of it, and I'm home.
With ice cream?
No, that's dairy.
Only strawberry rhubarb.
Just strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah. And The Rock.
And the refined sugar in heaven is non-inflammatory.
It's totally fine then.
Non-inflammatory.
Yeah, because that's heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. The beach or the lake?
Oh, the lake.
The lake.
Oh, easy.
Okay, Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no refined sugars. Do you believe that we all have a soul?
I do believe we all have a soul. I know mine very well.
What is the soul?
The soul is a symbiotic connection to the heart, and the soul is where hope comes from. And when you find the ability to reach other people's souls, you can change lives.
Perfect. No further questions.
Yeah, buddy.
Kevin Hines, the man. Thanks for being here.
Nice, brother. Thanks for having me.